Okay, so that's 10 days done, and with 10 days of ice baths comes a check-in. So I want to kind of go through why I actually started doing this challenge, and then also the pros and cons that I found so far. So the real reason, the proper reason I started doing this challenge was because I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book on kind of mental health, and it's split into two parts. So the first part is my journey, and the second part is all the techniques you can use to get over it. So one thing I never used though was ice baths. And I wanted to include it in my book, but then I also thought when I was going through case studies, I was writing it out, I was like, I can't really include something that I haven't experienced myself. Like, how can I tell someone to try and do this if I've actually not done it? So that's when I thought, I was like, okay, right, if I'm going to write about it and write about the case studies and the benefits, I'll give it a go myself, and then I can talk about my personal experience during it. So that's kind of why I started. So I knew about how the inflammation in the body, inflammation around your organs, can cause depression and anxiety. It's one of the biggest things, because realistically, you're only actually meant to get depression and anxiety as it's a warning from your body to say, listen, something's happening, we need to change it. So with that kind of being reduced, that could be a massive factor into why you're feeling that way. Ice baths produce positive, I think, cytokines, I might pronounce that wrong, but it's cytokines that kind of fight inflammation. There's ones that cause it. It's found that ice baths get rid of those cytokines, but then also make ones that reduce inflammation as well. So it's literally getting rid of the bad ones and giving you the good ones. So that's what I read, and I was like, okay, well, I need to try this. So I decided to set it out. I was like, I think with anything, you've just got to go for it. So I knew I was going to Paris for the next 3 days, and I was like, oh, I'm only going to do 30 days. But with anything, if you think I can't do it because of something in the way, you won't do it. So I just thought, fuck it. I'm just going to do it as soon as I thought about it, or make it work. And if I'm going to Paris, I'll make it work there as well. Because if you can give yourself so many excuses to not do something, but in the end, you just got to fucking do it. So far, for these 10 days, I found quite a few pros. And maybe, I'm not too sure on 1 or 2 cons. So the main pros that I found, day 4, I found during the day I felt a lot happier and a lot more awake, just generally. I feel so awake. I don't really have coffee or tea, so I don't really have caffeine. And a lot of the time in the office, the guys would laugh because I'd always be yawning, always. Ever since I've been starting this, I've literally barely yawned. I've just been focused, alert and awake. It has been really good. And then also day 8, so it was literally 2 days ago. I was driving back from work and I felt so at peace. Like, I was looking around, just observing. There was no inner chatter, no thoughts. I had complete control. It silenced everything, and I was able actually just to live in the present. It was really, really good. And that's some stuff that you try to achieve through meditation for months, maybe even years, and you only fully get it after a while. So that was really, really, really cool to see. And for that reason, that is a big reason as to why I'll do it every day from now going forward. And then day 5, the video that did really well, in that video, the last kind of 30 seconds, I felt the massive dopamine rush, and I felt so happy and just appreciative of everything. So when you kind of have that to begin the day with, this massive wave of appreciation, it starts the day on a good foot, regardless of what happened the day before. Every single day it resets as you have this wave of just appreciation. It is really effective. And then lastly is the discipline. The discipline to get up and do it. You find your willpower increases. If that extra bar of chocolate, you can tell yourself no and you won't do it. So it is, in that sense, you have an increased willpower and discipline that I think is very important for anything in life. The cons, I would say, I don't know if my body's fully used to it yet. So I feel like, cause obviously I did a few showers and stuff from September to about November, getting used to the shock factor. But I'd only be in there for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And this is obviously a lot colder. It's fucking freezing. Like, genuinely, it's so cold. And from that, I don't know if I've fully warmed up afterwards, because I do it in the morning. I then get in this bed, wrap up warm for about half an hour, edit the TikToks. After the TikToks are posted, I'll get in the shower, have a hot shower for like 7-10 minutes, warm myself up. Then I'll go about my day, but I still wasn't completely warm because the water really does get you to your bone level. And the hot shower doesn't emulate the same kind of effect. So I think to get that, I probably should go in the sauna would maybe kind of like counter effect that and warm me up. So I'm going to try that in the next 10 days. But yeah, so I've been kind of feeling a bit cold-like symptoms. I don't know if that's because there's a cold going round and I've got it and the ice bath's helping with it, or the ice bath's causing it. But that was one of the reasons why I put a hat on today, just to make sure my head was warm and it didn't get any worse. But yeah, so that's my 10-day check-in. I'll have 10 more days, and then there'll be one more at the end of the challenge, and then we'll go from there. But I think hopefully I'll still carry on the ice baths. I should be producing my own soon. So everyone that's asking where I can get them, at the moment it's neurocover.com, but in the future, hopefully I'll have my own sorted. But yeah, we'll go from there.